Hey there, art fans. Got a box of art supplies. Utrecht. It's from Dick Blick. I don't know why it says... Oh, I guess Blick and Utrecht are kind of one thing now. I didn't know that. But, figured I'd do a box opening since I just got some art supplies here. It reminds me of... can't remember the name of that box subscription for all the geek stuff that used to be so popular 5 years ago or so, but is now bankrupt. I've noticed that there's a lot of art supply subscription boxes now, and I'm always kind of tempted by them. I'm like, ooh, cool. You know, you send them 35 or 50 bucks and they send you art supplies. Then I'm like, but I buy my own art supplies. Why would I need a subscription box? But I still think they're cool. Oh. Lots of sealed air. 3 packs of sealed air. And let me see what's on top here. Ooh, we have a kneaded eraser. This is the big one. This is, let me show you. This is a kneaded eraser that I use, and I think this one started out yellow. But you can just, shape it and erase just little things. And then to kind of clean it, you pull it. Or you can still see some of its original yellow there when I pull it. But it gets filled up with graphite after a while, and you got to get a new one. But so there's a new one, and this one I think is about twice as big as this one when it gets all used up. But I use this all the time to lightly erase over pencils and things. A kneaded eraser, and they call it the most emotionally secure art supply. Guess that's my list of what's in there. What do we have here? I've got some Conti crayon, some 2B Conti crayon, which is one of the things I use for these, but we'll have to see. The last Conti crayon I got like this, I use this as well as pastel for the white on that. But the last one I got of this, it was so, it's a 2B is the softness of it, and it was supposed to be soft, but it wasn't soft, and I was so I'm trying a new one. We'll see if it's any good. And I bet in this box is the pastel. There we go. Because I ordered, they're all wrapped up. 2 pastels. Oh, we're gonna have to snip this. There's some little scissors. 2 white pastels. This is also what I use for the white on these ones. I used to use all Conti crayon until I ran out of Conti crayon, and then got those bad Conti crayons. Oh, look at this! In a big long box, a big long bag. We're gonna cut the whole bag open so we can get to the bottom of it. Oh, these are the scissors I use to cut tape with, so they don't cut anything else very well. Let me get my other scissors. These are my no cutting tape scissors, so they cut everything. There we go. There's these are really delicate, so they have to wrap them up. Matter of fact, the last ones they sent me, where are they? Nope, I don't know where they are, but I have a foam box that I keep them in. Let me put these over here so I don't break them. Oop, knocked the pen down. We got some Conti crayon. We got some white pastel for these over here. What else do we have? Oh, good old removable tape. If you've seen some of my Instagram feeds of me pulling tape off the edges of my drawings, this is that removable tape. Oh, here's the one it's replacing. Almost out. Matter of fact, I was just taping some drawings this morning, and what I do is I take that tape and I put it along the edges of these drawings. So right there, it's got tape on it, so that I can just draw right over the edges. I don't have to try to stop at the end of the edge, and then I just pull up the tape at the end. And there's something satisfying at pulling up the tape at the end. And I started making Instagram videos of me pulling the tape up at the end, and some people seem to like them. I find it amusing. So got some tape. Then what is in here? Oh, I believe these are some new brushes. Let's see. Do we have to cut through this stuff too? It's all shrink wrap, so they shrink wrap all the brushes together. And these are not expensive brushes. I don't think I got any of my expensive ones. Like my main inking brushes, like these ones with the orange down the end. These are about, this is a Raphael #3 brush, and those are usually about 25 bucks a piece. Whoops. I got some like $6, $7, $8 brushes, which aren't as good, but they're good enough. I actually I recently read something that Dan Clowes wrote a while ago, where he said when he was younger, he used to have to use all the really good brushes, but as he got older and better with a brush, he can use the crappier brushes because he's just more skilled. And I feel that, and I was like, you know what? That's kind of the same with me. I started using some of the artificial brushes about 10 years ago, and first of all, the artificial brushes are made better than they were 20 or 25 years ago. But also, I'm so much more skilled with a brush that I don't need the best brush ever all the time. Just sometimes, because I like the best brush ever. Let's see, what do we got here? They're all, whoops, little tip came off. These are all, and somewhere the tip, these are all Robert Simmons fake sable brushes, 2 different sizes, 3s and 6s. I use those for my big, especially the 6s, my big ones. And this is, I think this is another artificial sable brush, a small one I wanted to try out. So, some new brushes, we'll try them out. We're going to try those big 6s on here because I need some big brushes. Then we have some new Copic markers. Chop the end off that one too. A lot of plastic bags in here. A lot of loose stuff they have to put in plastic bags. Pardon me. And these are actually 2 replacement markers. Let me grab my eyeglasses so I can see which ones they are. B21 and B0. Let me check there we go. See, this is why I need to replace them. Listen to that. Hear that snap? What happens to these markers over time, here's an old one, is the markers lose. If I just do this, the cap comes right off. I just twist it slightly. That means it's not airtight anymore. These ones, whoops, drop it. These ones, you can't even quit. There's no twist in that cap. They snap on and snap off. The old one, twist, and I'm using only the slightest pressure, and it comes right off. That means, and you can actually refill these markers. You can replace these tips. They should last indefinitely, but the caps wear out. That's what's. And what's weird is I have about 20 of these with the caps worn out, and I haven't had the heart to throw them away because I'm kind of like, because there's like $6, $7, $8 a marker depending, and I'm like, there must be some way to save them. There must be, but there isn't. I just have them stacked up on my bookshelf over there. But I had to replace these. Like I said, these aren't even new colors. These are colors I had to replace because my old ones wore out, the caps on them. So they're good to go. And then I also got, whoops, these are the new refills for Copic markers. So you can see there's the color B21 and Y18. I don't know why this one's by itself. Let's open that one up. I got 3 refills, but they just redesigned these refills. If you see, where is it? All back here. Oh, you can't quite see them. These are the old refills. And they just changed bottle shape. I wonder if they changed how much is in here too. 12 milliliters. How much is in this one? 25 milliliters. Oh, they cut it in half. Wow. Wow, they cut. This is refill ink. I'm going to show you here. One of the broken ones. You pop the cap off. You pull that out and you fill that, you drop ink in there and you refill the marker. And wow, they just cut this, they didn't cut the price in half. The price is the same. But as you can see here, this one goes up to 25 milliliters. There's a 25 right there. And these ones are 12 milliliters. There's a 12 right there. So they cut the size in half. Wow, that is crazy. And they also, like I said, they made them wrap. I actually use, let me pull one of these out. I use old tissue boxes. This Kleenex box. They fit right in there. I just put like pieces of paper as shelves. And they fit right in there nicely. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these ones. I guess they made them these shapes so you can fit them in marker holders. But wow, they cut the size. They did not cut the price in half of these, but they cut the amount of ink you get in half. Oh, that is annoying. That really pisses me off. I'm going to have to find some marker refills that aren't Copics because that just, oh, I can't believe that they cut the size in half. That's crazy. Anyway, the last thing we got here, looks like the last thing, is the heavy thing. Paper. This is 9 by 12 paper. I use mostly 11 by 17 and 9 by 12. This is, this paper, it's all Strathmore Bristol 20 sheets smooth. You know, there's 20 sheets of Bristol in here. That's this paper right here that I cut it in half. That's a 9 by 12 sheet just cut in half. I work at 6 by 9 for a lot of these. Sometimes I work at 9 by 12. But recently I've been working mostly on 6 by 9. And where is somewhere around here? Oh, here it is. That's how many of these little drawings I've done kind of over the summer. I've done 100 of them. So that's 50 sheets of paper. right there with those. So that's 2.5 worth of these. I'm down to my I think I have one new one, and I just used 8 sheets of paper and the other. So I'm down to I was down to 1.5 of these pads. So now I've got another half dozen. I'm ready to go. So there you go. We've got an empty box now. Box. I can talk. Dick Blick, I got these from. Got some more art supplies. I'm ready to go.